It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. I saw a 6-foot snake around the middle of the road, and I thought it was fake, so I picked up the road.
Hello, how are we doing? Welcome back to the River Diaries. It's been quite a long break for me this time from actually fishing. The last time you saw me was in April. It's now the 22nd of May. In between the last time I was out, which was the first week in April, we've had flooding for most of April and then all the way into May as well the second time. I had COVID in May as well, which didn't help, especially when the rivers all went down in level, and then when I got out of bed again, they all went back up again. We're at the Erlauf today, which is a small mountain. It's like a kind of semi-alpine trout stream. Fishing's not easy. It's quite early still. We'll give it a go in the river with nymphs and dries, and there's also a small lake at the top if we have time, because I mean it's not mega warm yet, so but we'll see. Anyway, let's go and do it, yeah? Right. We are at the river. You'll see there's been quite a lot. I mean, you'll see where the water's been. I'll just put the camera down there. It's been up pretty high over the last little while. There's debris all the way up there still. So this is a bit more normal, thankfully. We'll just flip it back up again. There we go. So we're going to go and fish this first pool here, and then just above that one, oh, I've got a bit of leaf in my rod. Just after that one, there's an even better pool further up. We've got on a little black clink hammer for the first pool, and it's probably the best search and dry fly that I know. Next to a black foam beetle, it's probably my kind of favourite go-to search and dry patterns. But I'll quit yapping away just now and I'll get into position. So we'll see you up there, okay? Let's hope there's some fish at home. Right, here we go. It's going to be, we're going to search up in amongst those rocks. The fly's sitting up just nice. And we're just going to work our way up the pool. See if anything's down there. I doubt it. I couldn't see anything, but you never know. Right, nothing there. Up there. Nope, nothing at home. Right, here we are at the next pool. There's usually one or two better fish in here. I've never known it to be empty anyway. We've changed over to a small foam beetle. There were some much bigger terrestrial insects in that last pool that were washing down, so maybe they're a bit more switched on to something like this. The distance. There we go. Just fish it all. I've had fish out of this pool right up at the top before. But no, not today. Well, I'll be honest with you, this is about the first time in about 3 or 4 years I've actually not had a take in this pool. Maybe it's just too early. Maybe I'm just expecting a bit too much. We'll try the next couple of pools, and if nothing happens there, we'll go up and try the lake out, I think. Alright. Right, we're at this next pool and looking into it now for the last couple of minutes, it appears to be completely void of fish. You get this experience here sometimes that you've been up and down the river and not seen a single thing, and a few weeks later you come back and they're everywhere. But I don't know, it's a bit strange. Oh well, I think we'll head up to the lake. I'll see you up there. It was just on the way up to the lake still, and I thought I'd just show you this. Talking about the gravel that comes in, that's the river down there, and that's the, well, it breaks up over this big wide section. All of this in front of us here, all of the gravel, all the stones, all the rocks, everything that goes all the way down to the river, it all comes down there when we get flash floods. So it's not a place to come when you're expecting serious downpours. I wouldn't want to be caught up in the middle of that. Not at all. Right, onwards. This is the way going up here just now. It was lovely. Like into Mordor almost. Such an amazing landscape. Crazy. And there's the water. Right, we have arrived. This is the small lake at the top here. It's a very small hydropower scheme, and it's meant that we've got this little, very small little reservoir to play with as well. Now, the last time I was here, the water, if I look down here, the water was up to here, right? And now the water's down there. This year in water, I'm telling you, it's a strange year. I've seen this place low, I've never seen it as low as this. But that's not a bad thing. Because it's so low, it means we can access a lot of this water that you normally cannot access. We can certainly fish off the points, no bother us always. Getting down to marks, there's a fish right in front of me just now. Quite a nice, looks like quite a nice rainbow trout. All the fish in here, they're all wild. We get wild rainbow trout, wild brown trout. We also get wild brook trout in here as well. There's some very big fish in here. The biggest I've had is just around about 8 pounds, but there are bigger. So let's see if we can. I mean, we should do something in this water today. It's a very good. I think it's been a good move coming up here. We just got to have a look and see if we can locate some fish. And what we can certainly do is come in down that far bank and go onto the gravel, and then we can walk and we can fish all this water down here. It's only a matter of time before we run into something. There's definite cruising spots and like patrol routes that the trout have here. We just got to find some. Right, we're in position. We've got this. I'm usually casting into this water that I'm standing in just now from over there. We could have quite a good little bit of fishing coming up. You've got this shelf of gravel, you've got the current coming over. The fish should be, in theory, stacked up behind it. We've got on a little damsel nymph. I've got a 4X leader, about maybe 14 feet. I've got a Cadence 9-foot 4-weight CSM rod, reel and line. So let's see if anything's at home. I wouldn't expect too much in that part just now. It's when we get further down where there's actually a current flowing through, that's where I'm expecting fish. It's a lovely rod, this. It feels like there's nothing in your hand. It's a 4-weight, so it's not. I've never used a 4-weight up here before, really. So I'm curious if we get anything big, what we'll be able to do with it. We'll find out. I certainly wouldn't want to go too much heavier than the fly I've got on just now, just for the ease of casting. But this is actually a lovely feature to fish along. I mean, it's only a matter of time. We've got to pick up something here. Right, we're going to go into a black fly, and we're going to swing a black fly across this and see if that does any difference. So, we'll change over. Now, this wasn't what I was expecting to catch, but I just saw it in front of me and flicked it out. I've got a rudd on a tadpole. There you go. Get the thing out of the way. I've got a rudd on a tadpole. For goodness sake, that shouldn't happen. Right, we've come to this other side. We just fished that bit there, but we're going to fish on this side just now. We're going to fish along this ledge and see if anything's at home. Should be. I thought that was a fish right in front of me, but it's a rock. One of the hardest fish of all to catch. Let's slowly walk along here. And this little black tadpole, usually quite an effective little fly up here. It's an added bonus, you've got this. Oh, there's a fish. There we go. Is he going to stay on? I think he will. It's a wee rainbow. There he goes. Oh, yeah, and again. He's giving a good account of himself. It's not one of the bigger fish in here, but it's a very welcome fish. It was a really super gentle take, that. The line was, I thought the line was caught in my finger at first when I was pulling it in. Remember, these are wild fish. These are fish that have been born in here. They stopped stocking this place a long time ago. So every fish that's in here is pretty much one that's been born in here. Oh, there he goes again. Oh, he's giving it everything. Well, it's good in a four-way anyway. I'll give you that. Get the line back on the reel. There he goes again. That's better. For a wee fish, there's some power in them. But that should be him under control now. Just get back up. I think this water's coming up a wee bit. It is. Yeah, we've got to get back up out of this. Or else we'll be thoroughly stranded. And here he is. A nice wee wild first rainbow. Of course, it's probably splashed the camera now. Look at that. Fly out? Yeah, the fly's come out in the net. Now, oh, come on. Let's have a little gander at you. Look at that for a fish. Look at the tail on that. Perfection. Goodbye, son. Oof. Right, I've had a little quick check of that water level and it seems alright, but I've got something to gauge it on. Just got to be careful. I've got a definite mark that I've made now on the far bank, so if it goes above that, I'm getting out of here. But you can't not take the opportunities when you get them like this. There's another fish moving further over in the middle between the 2 points. It should be very interesting today with this water level. A giant weed bed on a bar. You get a lot of fish just cruising over it all day long, and big fish as well. course, like most big trout, they can be an absolute nightmare to actually convince to take the fly. They'll come right up to your feet and follow it in, and in the last minute just turn away, and it's, oh, I think we've all been there with different types of fish, but these big, the really big rainbows in here, they drive you nuts for doing it. They just drive you insane. Right, there's another fish. Another nice one as well. It's a wee bit bigger. It might be the same kind of size. I'll just get some line back in the reel before you decide to just... This is more like it. This is what I was coming up here for. He's not doing much this one though. He's just... Maybe he'll wake up. I think he's going to wake up. Oh, is he? No, he's just farting about. Oh, there he is. Saying that. There he goes. I got some of that line back. So nice actually having him take though. Oh, hop a fly. Go somewhere else, chump. Come on. God, the power they've got. It's out of this world. And then of course they'll come in just to slacken that. Drag off a wee bit. That's better. I don't like mucking about with them for too long, because I mean they're going to go back anyway. But I'd rather not crack them off either. I usually fish a 3x, but I've kept on the 4x today with the 4-weight, just because I thought it's going to be a bit more fun to play them on the lighter rod. It certainly is. This is way better than bringing them in a 6-weight, right? Or a 7-weight. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're targeting the really big fish, then I suppose there's merit in having the heavier rod, but why not? Give it a bash with this as well. And the hoverfly's on the reel now. He's probably getting heated up from the spool. Come on, you. Jesus, you can't. And that. Nah, he's off again. Right. Of course, I'm sure there's going to be some type of fish police on watching this on YouTube. You shouldn't be fishing with a 4-weight. Well, it seems to be working fine so far. Get in that net, son. There we go. Oh, he's got a bit of fin damage, that one. I'll just get that out of the... I'll give you the unhooking here. The unhooking would rather. Come on. I just want to get my fly back. It's a barbless hook. It does really go to show that if you put them in, it all depends how you hook them, because there's no reason why that shouldn't just come out. It's a wee bit scabby, that one, in comparison, but he's still a wild fish. There's no way that fish was put in like that. Something's had to go up. An otter or a mink or a bird. Put it down. Oh, come on. Here we go. Look at that. Delish. Not in such perfect form as the other one. Maybe, I don't know though, maybe. Yeah, he's definitely one of the ones that spawned in here. Just not quite as healthy as others. Oh well. He certainly fought hard enough. Maybe I'm just a bit of a trout snob. That's what I'm talking about with the amount of food. You might just see all these little black dots. They're all beetles and flies and stuff that have been washed down. There's one still just kicking there just now. The flying ants. Largely, and little beetles. And if this was a bit warmer, fish would be going nuts on these. Well, in a month's time it'll be a different story. Let's get back to the fishing anyway. Right, back in again with the wee black tadpole. I'm just checking. The water's not gone up any still, we're alright. Just tighten that drag a wee bit. That's better. Oh no. Oh, that is fresh. Oh my goodness. It's in a kind of bizarre way though, it's heaven. It's heavenly fresh, because when you walk up here on a day like, I mean, it's not that hot today for Austria, but it's for, I mean, I'm Scottish, remember, so anything over like 16 degrees, I start to panic, you know. It's about 22, 23 degrees today, and it was quite thundery this afternoon before, so it was quite muggy with it. Oh, that was a fish. Yep, there he is. I told you it was a good job coming to this side. What's this? Is that a brown? He's looking like a brownie. Or is he a rainbow? No, he's a wee rainbow again. This is more like it. See if he'll come up and give us a wee jump. There must be a stack of fish off there just now. There must be an absolute stack of fish. Well, at least it was worth waiting for. Come on, Jesus. Just don't give up. I thought it was a brown at first, it's a wee rainbow. It's an absolute peach of a fish. The colours on it are out of this world on this one. They used to stock this place, and they used to stock the river as well. And then they had so many problems with otters, because of course, when people, you know, typically like for stocking rivers over here, they didn't exactly stock in fish to grow on for the future, they just stocked fish for people to come and catch. So they're all massive things. And at some point they stopped it because they just couldn't afford it, and that's when the FIN took over the fishing rights. And I was asked about what to do. And look at this fish. Here we go. I mean, look at this. I was asked about stocking fish, and I said absolutely not, because if there's fish in here, then the fish should be able to reproduce. And as they are, just get this out. God, there's no. That is almost like it's got a barb on it. It's in so bloody well. Come on, that's it. And my that's a fly done as well. My initial thing was just absolutely no. I mean, you wouldn't have. Look at this. Look at this. That's what a rainbow trout should look like. Look. It's just immaculate. It's just perfect. Little male fish. Spots all through the tail. Gorgeous. Off he goes. Right, we'll concentrate on this side again. We get into some shallower water as well. My legs are getting a bit cold. Just get that swing round. I'm going. And this time we're going to fish off this ledge. I might give it a wee go over here first before we go over. I haven't actually fished that yet. Right, we'll see you over there. Right, I said I was going to get out, but there's a fish, a much bigger fish rose here. I've got on the tadpole still, so we're just gonna chuck it out and see what happens. It was right in that little dark spot. So we'll do this. And as it's swinging, I'll just keep it. And there it is. It's not a huge fish, I think. Oh, it's tiny. Oh God. A little tiny look. Now there's proof of what I was saying. These are not stocked fish. They'd be stocked that size over here. Come on. Come on. This is wild, born and bred. Absolute magic. Goodbye, son. Now there's something. That's a trout. That's trout. That can only be trout. Then that's going to be getting covered. There we go. There he is. Oh, it's a nice one as well. See if he stays on. These initial twists and turns you do, you chuck the hook so often. You just got to stay tight and keep your fingers crossed. Again, he's the same kind of kettle as the other ones. Let's hope this one's not hooked in the gills as well. I don't want to make a habit of this. Nah, he's fine, he's on the outside. He's just thumping around. Again, beautiful markings on this fish. Absolutely stunning. A stunning fish. When rainbow trout are like this, you really... Well, that one's got a gash as well. What the hell has been... Something's been having a go at these. That one's got a gash on its side. They've had some visitors in here for sure. Now, there we go. Oh yes, that is a beautiful looking trout. Oh, I guess I can look at this. He's got a right gash. Something's stabbed him or something on the. See there? Something's made a right mess of him on the side. It's healing up okay though. He'll be alright. He'll be alright. Let's look at your good side, son. That's better. Right, there he is. In all his glory. And look at that colour. And again, look at that tail. It's a bonny fish. Alright, we have come across to the other side. We're going to give this fish through, just keeping an eye on the water level the whole time. But we're going to give this a quick fish through. We'll certainly make it across in here. I think we can walk back up against this. But I'd rather not have to do that. Just going to fish it in along the side. There's something rising down there. I reckon there's going to be some more fish stacked up in here. Right. Well, someone's working behind me. There we go. There's a fish. Another rainbow. Now I wonder if that's the one that was doing all the jumping before that I couldn't, all the rising that I couldn't get. I wonder if this is the one. It's not a big fish, but is he gonna go all over the place? Yeah, he is. Of course, it's a rainbow. And there he goes. Jesus. That's what, 6 fish we've had now, I think. Better than I was expecting for today. There we go. Now we'll let you go in the water. I'll just do a quick click like that and you can go back. Alright, get it back out. Just check nothing's following. There we go. That's a much better fish, I think. I think this is a better one. I don't know how big he is. Oh, he's big. He's a decent one. I don't want this one to come off. If we get this one in, it'll be the best we've had so far, definitely. Just walk backwards. Applying the pressure. Right, oh. He's not massive. Oh, he's not bad though. He's not bad at all. He's worth. I really don't want to lose this one. Oh, aye. I'll let the drag right off for this. If this wants to go, it can go. It's got to watch out. I've got a big stick here. This is a tank. It's an absolute tank. There's tree roots and all stuff down here. Gotta be so careful with this. So this is a tank though. This is certainly over 5. This is what we came for. Oh yeah, that's more like it. I don't know if it's quite as big as I said there, but it's the size. Now, can we get you in the net? Can we get you in the net? Oh God, no! Come on! Don't do this. Oh yeah, this is a tank. Just keep him away from that stick. I don't want him going anywhere near that bloody stick. If he gets in there, it's curtains. Right. I think he's well hooked. I hope he is. Because the next bit's going to be critical. Come on. No. Just put another tab on the reel. Let's get his head up. It's such a weight. I don't want to rush this either. Come on. Oh yeah. This is decent. This is one we'll have to bring to the bank to get a proper film of. Oh my goodness. No, he's nearly there. He's just not quite. He's still got a bit of life in him. Or her. But this is what we were wanting. And I think he's ours. Yeah, that's a tank. I've no idea just now looking at it. We'll take it out and we'll measure it. It's a huge fish though, it is a lump. This is my hand against it. That's just a monstrous fish. Oh God, this is more like it. Right. This is what we were after. Now, there we go. We'll just turn a minute. Oh God, this is a ton. This is a ton. Right, there's the best place to get out for a photo, probably over on that bank. We're going to go for a walk down, okay? I'll turn this off just now, we'll get the fish dealt with properly and I'll get a decent place set up and we'll see you there, okay? It's 58 centimetres, 58 centimetres, it's nearly 60 centimetres. It's a big trout. I'd guess somewhere about 7 or 8 pounds. And remember, this is a wild fish, so we're going to take it out and have a look at it. Oh God, it's mint condition. And there's no way I'm holding this without resting it, without taking it with the tail of this. We've carried it over all the way from the other side. So I just need to get this landing net's going to float away. Trying to get this fish into position without it jumping out the net. Now, how about that? Look down the barrel of that. That's more like it. What a fish. Prime condition. We're just going to pop him back in there just now. I'm going to get my camera as well because I want a few photographs. Right, we're bringing the fish back out to let it go. We've had our little photo session. Fish has been in the water for the whole time. It's only come out for a couple of quick grip and gun photos. So what a fish. What was this gonna have? I mean, oh god, this is, I can't even hold this with one hand, it's that big. Consent. There we go. Now, you ready? I think he's good. Off he goes. And he's just sulking in the bottom now. Well, that's certainly made it worthwhile coming. My goodness. A tank of a fish. You'll be fine. You can sit out there and get his breath back. Oof. Him and me, well, it's a hunt and me. That's a big hen fish. Right, quit my jabber and get all my stuff. It's my camera down here. Get everything put back together again. Right, well, that was a decent session. I can't complain. I think I'm going to have the smile on my face for the next week at least anyway. I think we had, what, 5 or 6 fish. Obviously the biggest one was 58 centimetres, which was a sizable lump. I wasn't expecting the lake to be quite as good as this today, but you'll see the difference already. We'll just go for a little look. You'll see the difference in the actual height of the water. It's not the same place that we arrived at this afternoon. Let's have a look. There we go. All of that central bit out there where I was standing is now gone. There's a fish just came up over there. The markers that I found to look at the height of the water were over there, right in the corner. They're about maybe 50 centimetres now underwater. You'll see all of that side is filling up. So this place is it's certainly full of surprises. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be hopefully out at the weekend at the camp this time as well, hopefully, not just the Erlauf. I'll have to wait and see how high the water is. Anyway, for just now, I'm going to put the GoPro away, I'm going to walk back to the car, and I'm going to drive the 1.5 hours back to Vienna. No rest for the wicked. See you next time.